Welcome to Dhammapada. The Dhammapada is a collection of sayings of the Buddha in verse form in the Pali language. It is one of the most widely read and best known Buddhist scriptures. At the end of this video, the original verse is given, so do stay till the end. Let us first start with the story related to this verse.
Amity Pacifies Enmity. Once upon a time, there lived a man who was happily married. He loved his wife dearly, and the wife also loved him ardently. But the wife was unable to conceive a child, so the man remarried and brought home a younger wife. Now the man had 2 wives. Soon after the marriage, the second wife became pregnant. At this time, the first wife became sorrowful, as she thought that her husband would now love the second wife more than her. Her sorrow intensified, and it turned into jealousy. Her jealousy increased, and it turned into hatred. The first wife became an enemy of the second wife. She tried to harm the second wife in every possible way she could. One day, she poisoned the food of the second wife and gave it to her to eat. The poisoned food created a sharp pain in the pregnant second wife. Seeing the second wife in pain, the first wife smiled maliciously while sitting in the shadows behind her. The poisoned food took its effect, and the second wife had a miscarriage. The first wife was very happy that now the second wife will not be able to deliver any child. But again, the second wife became pregnant, and again the first wife gave poisoned food to her, which again caused a miscarriage. Thereafter, for the third time, the second wife became pregnant. This time, the second wife remained cautious and alert. But the first wife told the second wife that in pregnancy, the second wife should eat very nutritious food, and so the first wife herself prepared a delicious meal for the second wife. Then the first wife poisoned that meal, which caused a third miscarriage in the second wife. But this third time, the second wife died. Subsequently, the second wife was reborn as a hen, a doe, and as a noble lady. The first wife was reborn as a cat, a leopard, and as a yakini, a female evil spirit known as koala. In all the rebirths, the first wife remained an enemy of the second wife and always caused harm to the baby of the second wife. The second wife, who was now reborn as a noble lady, gave birth to a beautiful baby. But she noticed that Yakini, the female evil spirit of the first wife, was trying to harm her baby. So she took all precautions to avoid Yakini. One day, she heard that the Buddha was residing at the Jetavana monastery. Therefore, to avoid the torments of Yakini, the second wife, along with her baby, fled to the forest to go to the Jetavana monastery. As she was running away, Yakini kept on following her. When the second wife came in the presence of the Buddha, she narrated how Yakini was causing all types of harm to her baby. When Yakini saw the Buddha, her evil spirit form got transformed into a female human form. Yakini also approached the Buddha and came in front of the Buddha. Yakini told the Buddha that the second wife was her enemy, and she could not pacify her enmity. Then the Buddha told both of them about their past lives and how Yakini had caused 3 miscarriages. Thereafter, the Buddha told both of them that enmity cannot pacify enmity. Only amity can pacify enmity. He told both of them to show love, compassion, kindness, and friendship towards each other. Buddha asked the second wife to show trust and allow Yakini to fondle the baby. Having complete trust in the Buddha, the second wife gave her baby to Yakini. When Yakini took the baby in her arms, she was overcome with motherly love, and tears streamed from her eyes. Yakini felt as her thirst of several births was quenched. She kissed the baby several times and lovingly fondled the baby, while tears flowed from her eyes constantly. It seemed as if all the sorrow, the anger, the frustration, the hatred, the pain, the enmity, and all of them individually and together, flowed away with her flowing tears. For a long time, Yakini fondled, kissed, and hugged the baby several times, as if the baby was her own flesh and blood. Finally, Yakini joyfully handed over the baby to the second wife. Thereafter, Yakini no longer considered the second wife as her enemy. In all subsequent births and rebirths, Yakini never harmed the baby of the second wife, but loved the baby as if the baby were her own child.
If a person goes on fighting and quarreling, the it will only lead to more anger, more hatred, and more fighting. Ancient wisdom teaches that hatred can only be overcome by non-hatred. Buddha has preached that we should discard anger, jealousy, and hatred. Rather, we should always adopt love, compassion, sacrifice, forgiveness, and friendliness. If the enemy becomes a friend, then enmity ends. Amity can end enmity. The Buddha always preached not to retaliate, but to practice patience and peace at all times and places, even under provocation. The Buddha praises those who forbear the wrongs of others, even though they have the power to retaliate. Patience and peace are not signs of weakness or defeatism, but they are the unfailing strengths of great men and women. With patience and peace, every quarrel can be resolved, and enmity subsides.
Thank you for listening to this inspiring story. May the words of the Buddha guide your path to wisdom, compassion, peace, love, harmony, and mindfulness. Do subscribe, like, and comment.